you're throwing a grenade out there and just seeing what happens. Whereas a more holistic approach is a softer touch and very effective. That's the whole thing. It's very effective.
Very much.
And the patient has a better quality of life while they're trying to get their body healthier.
One of the things that I find interesting is that the months of September and October are dedicated to prostate cancer and breast cancer awareness, but we don't often hear how it impacts our brain function. And the reason that it's so dear to me is because I live among a lot of seniors and among a lot of people who are retired, who just kind of take brain function issues for granted. It's just like, oh, that's just age. But I believe that there's something to it. And especially because also in my community, there's such a prevalence of either breast cancer survivors or people who have had some kind of cancer. So rather than just, observing a month, I believe that this conversation should be an ongoing conversation for the entire year.
Yeah.
But starting with brain function, and how it impacts us and why we should not take it for granted, but also why it's not an excuse of aging. I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about all of them? I know that's a mouthful, but
yes, I think that that's one of the big myths out there, is that people just assume that, things are going to be a certain way for me when I hit 60, when I hit 70, because we're used to seeing things like in our family, in our community, of folks dealing with issues of senility, forgetfulness, and dementia, and, Alzheimer's in particular too, in that, since that's the most popular diagnosis of dementia, they just expect, when you get old, but actually, no, not everyone has to get that. My grandmother never got Alzheimer's, but she died early of type 2 diabetes, which we know now from the literature and from firsthand experiences. So many people have had remission from type 2 diabetes, that this thing is reversible. It is preventable. We don't have to have it.
Right.
And it is all due, for the most part, down to our diet and lifestyle, what is creating the underlying mechanism of this, which is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is also a factor when we think about cognitive decline and mental health disturbances, because ultimately we're looking at the brain, the function of the organ of how we think, feel, and behave, and that's the brain.
Thank you for visiting the Hibiscus Tea Cafe. And for a full version of this tea chat, please check out our YouTube channel.